Welcome back to another class on Dalat Amot shel Halacha. En lo lakadosh baruch hu beolamo ela arba amot shel Halacha bilvad. We are in the Chazara program. This will be part 26. Today we want to see one important halacha when it comes to doing havdalah and having bread out on the table. So the halacha is going to state, one who wants to have a bread meal right after havdalah, don't bring bread to the table. As we all already know by now, that there is a mitzvah to have Suda Rivi'it, which is called the fourth meal, what we call Melav Malka, escorting the king, meaning when we escort the Shabbat. That meal, if you're going to end up having it immediately after Havdalah, you're not allowed to bring the bread to the table. Now, what is the reason? Because the verse says, Eretz chita, seora, gefen, teina, rimon, eretz zayid shemen, udvash. The land of Israel was blessed with 7 species, which is the land of wheat, the land of barley, the land of grapes, the land of figs, the land of pomegranates, the land of olives, the land of honey. Over here does not mean honey. Dvash over here literally means temarim, the land of dates. So we see over here 7 species the land of Israel was blessed with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you have to understand, whatever comes first in the pasuk after Eretz has to be given more importance. Importance is given to Chita. Why? Because it comes right after Eretz. It says the land of wheat, the land of barley, and then it only says the land of grapes. And wine is made from grapes. Now you have to understand like this. If you're going to go ahead right now and bless on the wine and having bread on your table and you didn't cover it, you just disrespected the bread. How? Since it was supposed to be given respect, since it's the first word after Eretz, and you didn't do it, so it came out that you shamed the bread. That's what we're going to tell you. One who wants to have a bread meal right after Havdalah, meaning immediately, you're not taking a 10-minute break, you're not taking a 15-minute break, you're going to go ahead, you're going to do the Havdalah, then you're going to get up and you're going to wash your hands and you can have your bread meal. Over there we're going to tell you, make sure you don't bring the bread to the table. Now, what happens if your wife set up the table and the bread is already on the table? What do? Very simple, just like you do by Kiddush night, by Friday night when you do Kiddush. If the bread was brought to the table, not a big deal. All you have to do is you need to cover it. Why do you have to cover it? Like I explained, since chita preceded in the verse gefen, so therefore you have to first be able to bless on bread. But you can't bless on bread since you still didn't do havdalah. That's what we're going to tell you. Cover the bread, say the borei bread gefen wine, and then go ahead and wash your hands and have the bread meal. Now, we're going to see over here that all this is what? To only protect the bread from being embarrassed. And we're speaking about over here bread. We're not speaking about anything else. Can you imagine how much more careful a person has to be with a human being? We're speaking about bread and nothing else right now. So Rav David Yosef Shlita says, one who wants to have a bread meal immediately after Havdalah, be careful not to bring bread to the table only after Havdalah. Right, these first 2 points. What happens if you did bring the bread to the table? You need to cover it at the time when you're going to do Havdalah. Why? Because the pasuk in the Torah, it preceded with chita and seora before gefen. And if so, if so, when you're going to be blessing on the wine and you're going to say the blessing of borei bread gefen, before saying amot min haaretz on the bread, it's as if you are embarrassing the bread which is placed on the table. Therefore, צריך לכסות את הפת בשעת הברכת בורא פרי הגפן על כוס ההבדלה. Therefore, you need to cover the bread at the time when you're going to make the blessing of Borei Geffen on the cup of wine that you're doing for Havdalah. So we see over here a simple halacha today, that if a person wants to go ahead and have the fourth meal immediately after Havdalah, don't bring the bread to the table. Leave the bread in its place wherever it is. However, if you did bring the bread to the table, now you need to cover it. Why do you need to cover it? Because in the pasuk it says Eretz Chita, which preceded Geffen. By you saying the blessing on Geffen, you are in a way shaming the bread by not saying Hamotzi first. So that's what we're going to tell you. You should go ahead and first cover the bread, say the Borei Geffen, wash your hands, and then go ahead and say Hamotzi Lechem Min Haaretz. Rabotai, have a great day. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen.